I can.
Good, Jimmy. Everybody here, give me, now, better, yeah, they turn it off. Okay, it is just about to click on to 9 o'clock on Tuesday, June 11th. We are here for our regularly scheduled commissioners court meeting in Karnes County. We do have a quorum present, that's standing for our prayer.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day that you give us. We ask you to be with our county as we go about the will and things for everybody within our reach. We ask that you bring us together with rain. We so desperately. We ask you to be with all those who are struggling with some type of challenge. We ask that you again look over our nation and our person. We ask this.
Pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, do you have any citizens sign up speaking for me? Okay, we're going to move on to item number 6, discuss this group passage of amended game room ordinance prohibiting 8-liner slot machine.
Remember we passed about section 14.
David, talk into the microphone, so get out of the room.
There you go. Passed it. Section 14 of the ordinance provided as is generally done in such things that we gave notice by putting a notice in the local newspaper and put it in there for 2 weeks. So I called the county line, which is the only local newspaper. As they said, the cost would be $40 a word. So, I checked the calculator and that would be cost of $160,000 in the county. And I thought coming before the board again, at $160,000 would not be a nice thing for me to do, and I just thought there was better reason or something if I was gonna do that. And I have had experience in the past with the Bear County Commissioners Court, 50 years ago, when I was dealing with Rich Babies for this civil rights suits. And when the United States Supreme Court came down with, prisoner civil rights cases, the county judge, and I came up with the idea of, instead of passing an ordinance, we posted rules in the jail of what the new, rules were as far as the rights that they had, that the Supreme Court said that they had. So Um, I checked it, sir, and there are no, nothing in the law that prevents what's now in section 14 that we posted inside the courthouse door. So, we have a new section 14 here. That's the only change in the new statute. And except on the, uh, the it says on the front page of the ordinance, uh, like that, for jurisdiction to this, uh, this, that it is ordered a judge and agreed by the commissioner of court of Karnes County that the following regulations should be and are hereby are amended, adopted, and made effective. So section 14 is new, and that language, including the word amended, is new. And I think that's perfectly legal and a good issue. And I ask the court to adopt.
That's
Good night. Uh, David, okay, once we do this, do we have to serve each game room with some type of documentation stating where this is ordered? Nothing?
No, I think today after the court meets and adjourn, we put these on, the board inside the front door of the courthouse, and that's it. And just the way that those back in 1974, we posted the rules in the court, in the jail in Bear County. And I just, when about a week after we posted, Judge Reeves called me up and said, David, they're going all up and down. And I said, well, Judge, put them back up. And, and it kept happening, and I kept saying, Judge, put them back up. And finally, they got turned them down. And that's, I think, putting them up there, and that's good enough. That's, this meeting, too, at the last meeting of the board, it became clear to the public to come to the meetings. And people know, people call, and if somebody came to my office, all around the county, everybody sees that these places are both stuff. And people talk about it, it's not,
in our boards, the one here, we can post it, it has a lock on it, and that's what was the one. The lock.
Because if you then, I'm go ahead and make a motion, so, okay, I move that we approve the passage of the Katy Mortgage for the 89 slot machine.
Okay, motion in their second. Second. Motion in second, all those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Thank you. Item number 7, discuss approve, disapprove AIA agreement between Karnes County and Raleigh, McCoy and Associates, PLLC, for architectural services and construction administration of an EMS training and administration center, and allow the judge to execute the document. Casey.
So this document, is the kind of bread, potatoes, the meat, potatoes rather, of the agreement between us and Raleigh and McCoy, as it is important to remember. We sent an RFQ back in, I believe, March, to propose the qualification for professional design of the EMS training and administration center. After the scoring and subsequent interviews that myself and my assistant chief executive participated in, RMA, or Raleigh McCoy and Associates, was the top rated firm. So this is the next step to start the design phase and subsequent construction administration once construction manager at risk is selected. So the document is quite lengthy, but nonetheless, it is set up as a typical AIA agreement between architect and owner. It's set up again as a construction manager at risk. Just speaking to that, in discussions with the firm, we felt that procurement method would probably be the best model moving forward, so that we as Karnes County have a much more firm and a more accurate cost of the project as we continue to the design phase. Example being, we hope to not have construction documents made and then we go out for competitive civil proposals. And then we don't have the money identified in the budget to pay for the project coming in at, let's say, $500,000 budget. So construction manager at risk will be a separate RFP process, and we, along with architects, will conduct to select a construction manager for the project, and that individual, once selected, will serve as a cost consultant and scheduling consultant. The document today, again, is between Karnes County and Rawl Associates out of Victoria, which is an architectural firm. They'll provide, again, all the design documentation, construction administration for the project, and I'm happy to entertain any questions.
Questions that come forward? Any motion?
Judge, I move that we approve the AIA agreement between Orange County and Raleigh, McCoy and Associates, PLF, for architectural services and construction administration of an EMS training and demonstration center. And Judge, I'm gonna ask that you be allowed to, execute the agreement.
Okay, got a motion by Commissioner Duke, a second by Commissioner Gonzalez. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to that? Thank you. You have that agreement?
I do, yes, sir.
Item number 8, discuss approve, disapprove licensing service and rebate agreement with Boundtree Medical and allow EMS chief to execute documents on behalf of Karnes County EMS. About Boundtree.
Absolutely. So, of course, this is, so Boundtree Medical is our primary medical supply distributor, and what we do, what we're looking for today is a licensing and rebate agreement for the purchase and utilization of Operative IQ, which is an inventory management software. So, in a nutshell, I track from a 2-stick Band-Aid to a $40,000 cardiac monitor to the penny. We can track what costs there is on maintenance, track our maintenance plan, et cetera, et cetera. So that software comes at a cost. Boundtree is one of the authorized retailers for that software. So the document is essentially saying we as a Boundtree customer get to utilize the software for free at no cost for the next 3 years. Granted, we have a committed spend obligation with Boundtree Medical of $60,000. So we generally spend about $70,000 to $85,000 a year with Boundtree Medical as budgeted for our pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, et cetera. So essentially, if we can, as we continue to spend that budgeted number for our medical supplies, that commitment obligation is met. Therefore, we have no out-of-pocket cost for the utilization. This document's been in effect since 2015. Is when I was operated by re-executed. Since then, this is just another period of time we have to read the contract. And prior to signing it, given the committed spend requirement, I want to bring you, so you gentlemen are aware of our obligation, but nonetheless, I have no concern.
Judge, we approve,
Okay, motion in a second. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Thank you for taking. Item number 9, discuss approve, disapprove, request by Commissioner Lissy to issue a work authorization to BRM Trucking to complete demolition and removal of debris and surplus materials, Wall City Road and Bridge Yard, in preparation for construction of Precinct 2 Service Center. Work will be performed as specified in KCRB project number 2022-0824-001. Funds will be authorized from GL 100-500-5731 at cost not to exceed $16,291.
Okay, February 12th, our court stated that, we had no bids on surface buildings and structures in precinct 2. Those stated that the items, no bids, had no value. We got quotes from 3 contractors that had contracted on the county to polish and remove the structure. We got a bid from BRM for $16,291. The rest, $19,000. And one from CK Newberry for 75. Around company too, with structures.
Will they take all the, concrete, they'll look all the concrete, take all the concrete out, they're doing site work or
They're gonna-
doing site work?
I believe they're going
Okay.
thankful it's there.
And then they take it on, check limits. So, I make the motion to approve item number 9 as presented. Second.
They've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising the right hand. Anybody opposed to it? Motion carries. Item number 10, acknowledge responses from architectural firms to request for qualification RFP for professional services to assess needs of Karnes County and School.
Well, we had 11 firms that submitted RFQs for the courthouse restoration and maintenance. And the committee met, all 11 of the firms, from 1 to 11. The committee chose the top 3 and interviewed the top 3. C from San Antonio, architects from Austin, WJE from San Antonio. The committee will finalize recommendation and report back.
Item number 11 is to acknowledge one response from contractor to the RFP. Request of proposals for construction services for modification of existing metal shop building at the Karnes City KCRD field office, and 2, scoring of contractor proposal planning.
More important, yes, we got, 2 people that responded to the RFP. The company for CNC Construction and Sports Welding. We gathered, reviewed those things, we did score the respondents. CNC Construction came out number 1, Sports came in number 2. And, we've got some issues we uncovered that we need to address as part going forward before we can come back and finalize. It's all good, and we're in pretty good shape. That's really all I got to report.
Any other discussion on the board? Okay, if none, we'll move to item number 12, discuss approve, disapprove recommendation by KCRD engineer to enter into an agreement with Samsara for the use of products necessary to allow monitoring of KCRD vehicles and heavy equipment, and authorize county employees to take all actions required to execute the agreement. Who are authorized county employees to take action?
It's the usual cat character, me, the attorney, yourself, and let's get the agreement in place. So, yeah, we have been working toward getting our vehicles instrumented for quite a while. We looked at 2 different companies to do this work with. We feel like we got the best one. We actually were able to negotiate a pretty good agreement with them. It's gonna cost us just a little over, right around $17 a vehicle when we do the averages, the instrument over 80+ vehicles. The particular solution has a lot of advantages beyond just GPS, and we'll be able to geofence basically on the fly around any of our equipment that's out in the field. It's something we desperately needed. It would save us a huge amount of time having to drag equipment back and forth up and down the road, that sort of thing. we'll be able to geofence, when you draw a geofence around that equipment location, and you can see the equipment right on the map. And that will alert you, number one, it's gonna alert you if anybody turns the thing on, or if anybody tries to pick it up and move it like they did that skid steer. So that's the main reason we were wanting to get this in place, but this system we were able to get actually allows continuous monitoring of vehicle location and condition, not just where the vehicle is, where it's moving and all that sort of thing. We've got a monitor that we've got dedicated just to keeping up with where the vehicles are at while they're working. So it's a very nice monitor. In fact, as any one of you guys can get it, it's not a problem. It also brings back a lot of vehicle alerts. This is basically this company is fixing to work to tie in with vehicle diagnostics that are in most vehicles, if they're available. And they feed information, number of the mileage on the vehicle, the hours on the vehicle, all that information comes back. If you have a hard braking event, if you have speeding issue, you're tracking that sort of thing. More important for us, if we're getting a death alert or something of that nature, it's coming back at these vehicles, our service manager can look at it and immediately impact a change or style on a vehicle, or get it to come in and take a look at it. Very powerful, and we haven't had that before. We had to rely on just guidance. It also has preventative maintenance scheduling module. We set up, I've already talked to service manager and staff, and I told them, and we put this in, I want preventative maintenance schedule created immediately. If you don't have a preventative maintenance schedule, stop, go build one, assign that vehicle to it, and that's how the system is. Very powerful. I mean, it's pretty commonplace these days, but for most companies, but we're finally getting that in our system, in our fleet. Talking about the diagnostics and events. The system is expandable to add in a fueling system, which is something we want to do. We're planning on deploying the system pretty quickly. I think this, I haven't talked to them specifically, but if any other departments want to take advantage of it, it's a 3-year agreement, good pricing. And the best thing about it is you can install this hardware yourself. It's not difficult, and it will alert you if you disconnect it and all that stuff. It's a good thing. We're under budget. We're probably about $9,000 under our budget before we ended up negotiating the catalog procurement. Pretty good stuff. That's thought about bringing in here and showing you guys on the monitor or coming by. We've got them sitting up, and you can see the 5 tested heavy equipment, regular street vehicles, all of our heavier trucks. So we run the gamut of track pretty well.
They were asking if you're talking to your mic, so they can.
The 4 other departments want to join this program.
This, if anybody that wants to outfit their vehicles, I'm sure that, this company's been a dream to work with, who we interviewed. One of them was a little bit less hesitant. These people were on us. They were really pushing their equipment. Yes, they could. I'm sure they would be very open, probably working with this agreement. So it's a good thing. All they ask is they ask their list of vehicles, see what the modifications are, and that's mainly so that they can get the hardware. And they've also got a module that we will eventually look at, see if it's worth replacing the iWork module that we currently responsive maintenance, so we get all that stuff under one group. That way the service manager doesn't have to go between 2 packages. Good stuff.
So is this for every vehicle in your fleet?
It's gonna be for trailers. The short answer is yes. Anything that'll take it, we can. Even the trailers, which are not electronic, they've got a battery powered, self-powered units that will be attaching to all of our trailers. And yes.
And the total price is $15,000?
Yeah, I'm not sure where you got that. Cost from commissioner, it's around 17,000 per year is what we'll take out of there. And this year, they prorated it, so the next 2 years can cost us 5,000, was way more than that.
I don't even think of implement that.
I'm speaking with the service manager and the guy we got helping them, they're developing a performance plan right now. I mean, they're gonna be doing it with their own resources. I'm personally hoping to have it done within 2 or 3 months. And
And that's gonna be done by us in-house or?
yes, we've already provided the company with a list of vehicles, all those guys have to do, all the company has to do is ship it to them. And we'll, begin implementing that and all this stuff.
So every vehicle,
It's 80+ vehicles.
every vehicle in our road bridge program and equipment.
Right. Yes. It's trailers, heavy equipment, light equipment, 80+ vehicles. I can't keep up with all, I can put something in my head.
Equipment is in every vehicle, from the road bridge engineer all the way down to a 18-foot billboard.
Yeah. Anything that's motorized for sure.
Judge, if, this motorized, it's gonna be a tracking system, but
I'm not planning on using it to track, but it develops a history. I'm not gonna be going out looking for gotchas, but
I'm not asking about constant, it is a tracking system.
yes, it does. It develops a history of that, yes.
All right, and then, is there gonna be a policy with this thing also? Do you have to write up?
I don't think so. It's a piece of equipment we're putting on to track our vehicles. What are you thinking about, Commissioner?
No, I'm just asking. I don't know, cause you're gonna implement something, and is there a policy that you're gonna follow with it or not?
The policy that I'm gonna follow with it is make sure we don't lose our vehicles. If we have to go back and look at history, then we will. I'm personally not interested in, I don't see the need for a policy myself. We had this back whenever I was in Harris County. And the nice thing about it is, as long as you're basically behaving yourself and not doing what we did at Harris County, which is driving to Dallas and back.
I'm just glad that you're gonna have something we can track, 'cause I really get concerned when we drive different places and I see a piece of food and sitting there for, maybe 2 weeks or so, and it's some parts of the county is kind of.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's the nice thing about the geofencing feature. This software will be able to track that, monitor all of us.
Thank you, Judge.
Has the county attorney had y'all reviewed the contracts?
I met with the two judge guys, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Make the motion to approve item number 12 as presented. I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Opposed, motion carries. Item number 13, we run through our agenda, mobile financial reports. We have item number 14. Our reporting with the JP 1, 2, 3, 4, our IT department, our maintenance department, the sheriff department, and constables 1 and 3.
Judge, we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Opposed, need to pull any. If not, we will move to item number 15, updates from our commissioners, starting with Commissioner.
Say is that we have, with the hot weather rate starting, we have has a fan drive that we started again this year, so anybody wants to donate a fan that we can provide, somebody in need, please, bring one by the, office, the commissioner's office, or the EMS in Kenyon. On driving some roads the other day, making a notation on some issues, and, starting to find, again, people are dumping trash as well as tires everywhere, so we've had some of those picked up and the trash removed, and had the constables go through the trash. So they could find a, receipt or something from somebody, so they could go ahead and file on. On the emergency management stand, part, I've been working and talking with the judge. I think I sent you emails down the generators. I've been, Renee and I have been working, getting calls for generators. The goal right now is to put a generator here at the annex, to, be able to conduct, if something would ever happen, we can conduct court here, as well as the election office will have, and other offices here will have access to some type of power. Road and bridge would be, getting one, facility in Fall City at the EMS station over there. I'm also looking at, getting a pull generator that we could hook onto a vehicle and pull it wherever we would need it in case something would happen in the county, be available throughout the county. And and I also had the, company look at putting, what it would cost to put a transfer switch in at the tax office in case something would happen there, that we could at least bring that pull generator there and hook on it and provide power to the tax office, and then keep them working. Other than that, we've had several here lately, seem like the trucks can't stand to stay on the highway, they've been flipping over. Friday, we had a sandbox truck out just out of Santa Maria that turned over, and it took up about half the morning there. I haven't been able to go back to see if they cleaned it up, but the responsible party has been notified by TCEQ and the Railroad Commission that they were gonna have to clean that up. Also on County Road 136, there was somebody that started a truck lot, I guess, they were parking out there. Looked like somebody opened the valve and just took off driving down the road, and I happened to see this little trail following around. Turn that in, Judge, I didn't get a chance to tell you yet, but they were cited by the Railroad Commission and TCEQ, so, there's been some enforcement there. They tried to say that, somebody made a U-turn in there and toward one of their trucks, so just so happened, whatever truck that was parked there was the one that probably got the citation. And the company for the lot that they put in there is was a shady, looking thing, so they were doing some inspection there. And then yesterday, we had at 1:30 yesterday, we had on jet fuel, had 76 gallons of jet fuel. And he laid over outside, I just rolled over outside of Fall City, and, at 10 o'clock last night, we finished, they were getting the road back opened up. And I want to thank the sheriff's office and DPS and Wilson County and all those that assisted us in, Wilson, Fall City, guys are having their fundraiser, and this so happened, well, this happens during their fundraiser, so they left for a little bit. Karnes, we switched out with them, and then Fall City came back and insisted in the main, doing the safety, getting the lines charged when they were having to drill into this tank full of jet fuel. Well, I say full of jet fuel, 7,600, but then the truck hold 9,000. So we could put a pump inside the tank and then transfer that fuel from the truck that was laid over to another truck, so they could take it over. I'm supposed to get amount of gallons that we recovered. TCQ was notified because the truck was leaking a little bit, and it's gonna be an expensive dig, that's all I gotta say. Nobody got hurt.
You wanna touch on broadband, I think, was that broadband meeting, did we have that before? Touch on that.
Okay, Judge and I, we had and Michelle, and I think it was Jimmy, we had a phone call with, Connected Nation, and I was really pleased with the people that had that call with us, because they pretty much said, look, don't spend your money. Take your money and do something else with it, because it's the way I interpreted it, everything is moving so fast that by the time we couldn't put enough money into our county to get what needed to be done. Is that right?
Yes, it's what they call the middle mile. The, from Floresville, I think Floresville has it to Farm City. And so that's what they deem the middle mile. And so right now, the legislator passed last year, I forgot how many billions of dollars they said, that these companies are coming in and they're getting their hands out to get the government money. You come in and say, hey, ABC, fiber is coming in and we're gonna get $40 million of that. And we're gonna build that that middle mile from Floresville to Park City. And so-and-so is gonna come in and build the middle mile from Beeville to Kennedy and connect it all that way. She said Karnes County said y'all could throw $100 million at it, and not get dropped of it. So it was a very, very good phone call in a sense that it answered our questions. We've been talking about what can we do? What can we do to get broadband here? What can we do to get broadband here? And it's something that unfortunately is just out of our control at this moment. So,
And they said that the best to use your money for something in your county. So with our communication needs, the way things are gonna be changing, Judge and I had a discussion, and, we're gonna, this new system coming in, the Gator system, and EMS is deploying so much, and we're into this multi-band, I guess that's the new thing now, that's gonna pretty much take over the communication world, at least within our county, the next 2 to 3 years. We, decided that we would buy, handheld radios, the multi-band, radios, and we're looking at the pricing right now. And, EMS took some of the generator money that we had, and gave that to outfit all their radios with multi-band. And then eventually we'll be able to purchase multi-band radios, handheld and mobile radios for the sheriff's department.
and we'll have some further updates with that through text dot 8 of that. Bye.
But it's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes, and it's gonna be a good thing, in the long term. Also, I think the guys with the Gator system are coming next month
Nice.
on that, and they're gonna just, explain what actually is going on with the Gator system, what it will do. And then, other than that, I'll be going to repack on Wednesday, we'll be scoring some grants again, and, hopefully, we've raised enough heck up there that we wanna try and get a better definition of what is defined as regional. Regional to me is Wilson, Atascosa, Karnes, and McHenry counties, that's our region. We can't compete with San Antonio and all what they're doing, but, finally got that kind of defined. That's all I have to do.
Thank you. Precinct 2 Commissioner, let's see.
Because we obviously, yesterday, we informed, the judge, keep him in the loop about this, courthouse committee. And we will continue to keep it. Thank Renee for all the work he does with us. Let's see. Been assisting Road and Bridge with, coordinating with the landowners on Road, County Road 228. with the driveways and drainage believe we're gonna start maybe today or this week, density checks on, the road and, should start paving probably next week if everything turns out right. And, County Road, 254 and 253 will be starting, on a box culvert design and drainage, and that project should be started soon. And I've been coordinating with Renee with the tax building. They're supposed to be installed, security door and, changing the lighting in the building, LED lighting. It's bad, the committee on the courthouse. Done a lot of work well together, and definitely can keep, the judge informed with everything.
The steward of the courthouse, through the historical commission, I'd really like to be involved in that committee. I don't know who's going to be there, but, I'd like to be, even more involved. I've talked to Sue, Luckily has, kept me in the loop, and, Sean O'Brien, the state couple phone calls to me and the manager, that's kept me in the loop on that, so really, feel like that's feeling. Anything else? Okay, Commissioner O'Donnell, precinct 3.
Worked with CSD to complete the concrete project at the auditing building. They did a great job there. Thank you, Caesar. Good team. Met with the engineer regarding the modification on the existing road and bridge shop building. That's going good for the success today. Also, County Road 290, we're bringing up the first of 3 box culverts. County Road 249, work on supply next week and get it ready for the paving.
Commissioner precinct 4.
So, trying to put the roads, relates an issue with the bridges. I know shredding, is kind of a big topic right now, even though it's dry. That's on the road bridges, a couple of hot spots and my precinct that really are proposing a risk, for folks coming out of the driveways and whatnot, so they're on that. Other than that, a lot of time is spent in the courthouse, deal going through that, sending bids and researching all that, going through that was pretty intense. That definitely lets that alone.
Item number 16, have a report from our tax assessor, collector, Tammy Steer. I'll review our auditor and Sylvia. Good.
The monthly collections was $59,707.93. The current year to date was $21,510,670.23, 98.24% collected. We're a little bit short than what we were last year this time. Last year this time we were 98.3%. And I left the office this morning with 98.46. For the road and bridge. I missing the page. Where did I put it? For the road and bridge, for the month to date, for the month of May, it was not $9,589.63. The current year to date was $3,470,190.60. 98.25% collected. The delinquent month to date was $841.92. The delinquent year to date was $12,465.99. 13.35% collected. And that other. I got all presented by.
I could have made 2023 last year. Probably.
I did the monthly last yesterday or Wednesday. It was less than $50 for the delinquents on the INS. I don't know what the percentage was, but I can do that to y'all as soon as I get back. I do not know why it's up in for INS for that.
Or top.
Yeah, I will
You,
share it to really that have paid that.
top of it. 23,000. Questions for Tammy on her report? Okay. All right,
The general fund that I would have property taxes, we are, 99.34, but we have received, so a total amount of 13,800. County sales tax at 6.59 received, which is $4,295,063. The interest is, 112.60, which is $2,137,820. EMS receipts is at 110.66 receipt, which is $829,900. Tax office fees is at 105.93 receipt, which is $402,212. Revenues received is at 94.38%, which is a remaining of 5.6%. Expenses are 42.25%. We have a 57.75 remaining. 8 months target is under by 6.67%. And we have your non-core payments. We have Geo. We paid $15,399,515.47. Payroll, we paid $566,103.90. Payroll taxes, insurances, and retirements, we paid $407,986.135. Utilities, we paid $43,907.69. All others paid $3,703.93. Investments tax, class was $35,467,913.28. Tax pool was $30,582,924.71. The multi-bank was $30,473,985.27. Which means the total investments was $99,520,820.26. Thank you all.
okay, Sylvia, your turn. Okay.
Total receipts from May was $43,088,567.70. The disbursements were $44,965,457.80. The balance from May was $100,522,411.03.
Okay, item number 17, action on the treasurer's report.
I'm going to approve the treasury report presented.
Okay, all those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed, say no. Okay, item number 18, discuss / acknowledgement of personnel changes. That's reporting by all departments, any changes in respective departments. Hire and elections, a part-time clerk, no resignation, termination, taken on this one, no retirements. We are currently hiring for part-time tax office deputy clerk. So we are hiring a new VSO. Hiring Ed Wilson, juvenile probation department, a case manager and a road facilitator. You're interested in that, on Melissa. Sheriff Department needs a maintenance and patrol deputies, and Sheriff's Department security, we're in about that. Item number 19, pay the bill.
This payment is positions of 1,146,868.
Motion to approve the payment of the bills is presented.
Now we got a motion for the second, pay the bill for raising the right hand. Hearing. Item number 20. Going to the father, the commission will meet at, June 21st, 2024 at 9:00. We'll bring our historic courtroom and one room Santa Maria Asking speak to members. That is a Friday. The following week is the South Texas Judges and Commissioners Conference in, South Padre. So I'm not sure all of the commissioners, I will be going. You're not going. Okay, and are you going? I'll post a notice of, possible forum. So that we'll have that posted, so, post. Folks that are curious about that, we'll have that posted. So, again, next Friday, I'm sorry, not next Friday, the 21st, over at the courthouse. Item number 21, if you look good there. Good. We are